What a day in college football Saturday was. Today is Tuesday, August 29th. I'm Braden Slater. In case you're new to the show or forgot what happened, we basically recap what happened in football over the weekend and get you ready for this weekend. Alright, we had a game Saturday. It was a really good game for Notre Dame. Navy got destroyed 42-3. You can tell, look at the stats. Notre Dame destroyed them, and every yard is possible. Look, only 43 yards they didn't pass very much. The penalties were very low, too. Turnover is very low. But we also had some other recap games, too. Jacksonville State picking up a big win over UTEP. What a win for them. Congratulations for Jacksonville State. They moved from FCS to FBS. First game, first win. Although they have, since they're in the middle of transitioning, I think it's stupid. Alright? Even though they're in the middle of transitioning into their new conference, into the FBS, they have a postseason ban. Which is stupid, but yeah. If they somehow get 6+ wins, they won't go to a bowl game because stupid, they're still transitioning to this new league. I don't get it. Anyway, UMass. Only won one game last year? First game, knock off New Mexico State. 41 points. They did allow 30 points, but still, that's classic UMass defense right there. But their offense put up 41 points. Wow, way to go, UMass. You might actually be the group of 5 team to watch this year. I think they're independent, but still, keep an eye on UMass this year. Actually, I don't think UMass is independent. I don't know. I'll look it up later. And San Diego State, I was heard that this was a really good game too. I did not see this game, but it was low scoring at some point. But look at the score, 20-13. It looks like a pretty normal college football score back 3 or 4 years ago. Everyone's so used to high-scoring offense that, hardly anyone scored touchdowns and mostly field goals, but I gotta love to see defense. I'm a defensive guy. I would really wish I watched that game. But San Diego State got things done over Ohio, 20-13. What a win. All right, next game is Vanderbilt. Boy, this is the game I was watching, and I was waiting all night. I was waiting all night for it, all week, all month, all year for this game, just to see how Vanderbilt can respond after quite an unsurprising season last year. Can they do it again? Are they going to make a bowl game? Are they going to potentially make an impact in the SEC? Well, they destroyed Hawaii last year. Hawaii came to play this year, so this does not mean Vanderbilt's terrible this year. This just means Hawaii. Vanderbilt's roster looks even better. Hawaii came to play. Vanderbilt won 35-28, and with their stadium being remodeled, they had hold up their Jumbotron on a crane, swinging back and forth in the wind. So, yeah, quite a scene down there. And then another huge game, USC is number 6. I had no idea why they're a top 10 team. They were on upset alert the whole first half. They took over the third quarter. Finally, their defense started playing, but, they allowed St. Joe State to score 28 points on them and kept it a game for the whole first half. That's not what a 6 team does. If you're in the top 10, first week, you gotta win 56-0. Anyway, there was one player that was outstanding that took over the third quarter that basically won the game for USC. I'm gonna mispronounce his name, so I'm gonna call him Z Branch. Wide receiver, total of 232 yards. And you can see, that doesn't add up to 232. Well, he had a kick return for a touchdown and 2 punt returns for big yardage. 2 touchdowns in the game. Saturday night. What a performance, and I hope you like my new graphic here. I'm going to try to do I need to make a player of the week graphic to introduce this better, but yeah, overrated and underrated time. Ooh, I love this segment. USC's defense. Once again, for the second year, I am talking about USC's defense is overrated. Why? Yeah, oh yeah. And I actually usually put just USC. Now I'm putting them in a second category. Yes, it's their defense. USC defense is the problem. And well, we'll see how they do this weekend. They're playing Nevada, so yeah, if they allow 0 points, I'll never talk about USC defense again. But if Nevada's in the game by halftime, I'll put them back up here next week. Alright. Underrated team. Who is the underrated team this week? This week, sorry. My throat's a little scratchy for some reason. Yeah, underrated team. This team surprises me. Although they are a top 15 team coming into the year. They were really, really shocking the way they played. And it is Notre Dame. They took Navy out of the house. Literally. Took them out to send them back home, back to the U.S., where they belong. I'm sorry, Navy. I'm sorry. But yeah, Notre Dame is for real. Sam Hartman, wow, he's quite a quarterback. I was debating back and forth between him and Branch to feature the player of the week. But the way Sam Hartman played, no doubt he might be featured not one but twice this season based on the performance he had this year. Possibly, yeah, if they beat USC later this year, he'll probably be featured as the player of the week. Or if they beat Ohio State, boom, he'll be featured. But yeah, quite a performance by Notre Dame. But again, it's all based on this week. I kind of forgot who Notre Dame is playing this week, but if they perform just as well as they did against Navy, then yeah, they are the real deal. But if they didn't perform that well, then we're gonna have a problem with my graphic. Anyway, I really don't have any big NFL headlines this week. Once the season starts, they'll start rolling in. But yeah, but the season starts next Sunday. So yeah, not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. So they get a little break in between preseason and the regular season. So yeah, NFL getting ready to kick off. And I'll do a whole American Game Day show about the season kicking off. And I actually have not even been following the NFL in the offseason very much. So it'll be interesting. I got to do some research on it. But there was a kind of close game in the preseason that we can keep an eye on these two teams during the regular season. The Jets and the Giants. Yep, the Jets put up 32 points to 24 over the Giants. Preseason. Players that usually don't start playing, so yeah, that's that. But I think Aaron Rodgers did play for a couple drives, what I heard. But yeah, college football headlines. Arizona State got their postseason because they had, I don't actually remember, but something to do with recruiting. It's all we have to do is recruiting, legal recruiting, blah blah blah. Anyway, yeah. They're postseason banning themselves. They're self-imposing a ban for this season. For something that old coaches had done that they already fired and old players. So no one on staff or the players that are on the team this season has anything to do what is the reason why they got banned. Which is stupid, by the way. I don't get it. If you're going to do a postseason ban, do it to the people that I don't even agree with, unless if it has to do with recruiting, just fire the people. That's it. But if you're going to do a postseason ban, it has to do with cheating on the previous year and have the people that are still there impacted. Anyway, yeah, Big 12 Brett Yormark telling Texas Tech to beat Texas this year. He is rooting against Texas to win the Big 12. which is kind of funny. But yeah, you can check out my Slay Report podcast from last night. I explained more about what happened. Anyway, in case you have forgotten, let's take a look at my rankings for this week heading into the season. Number 21, I have Wisconsin. I really need to update this graphic where I go through 25 to 21 and where I go from bottom to top instead of top to bottom. But anyway, yeah. 21, Wisconsin. 22, Tulane. 23 is Washington. 24 is North Carolina. 25 is Troy. Wow, Troy and Tulane are gonna be the group of 5 teams to look out this season. They could probably not make the playoff, but maybe make a New Year's Six possibly. Maybe Tulane. Keep an eye on them. 16 is Texas. Number 17 is Notre Dame. Likely gonna move a big up in the next rankings if they could beat whoever I forgot they were gonna play. USC, I mean, could potentially move up. They gotta allow 0 points to Nevada this week. Obviously, you can see I put the 2 W's on them because they got them this weekend. Iowa, 19, and Oregon State is 20. But keep an eye on Oregon State. They can move up. They gotta win. They gotta win some teams that, the teams I have in front of them in the Pac-12, they will probably lose to. But also, they might just lose to them by like 1 possession. So, yeah, keep an eye on Oregon State there. Number 11 is Utah. Number 12 is Florida. Those two are playing Thursday. Wow. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. So the winner, if Utah wins, they'll stay ahead of Florida. But if Florida wins, those two switch. Win-win. I just hope Utah wins to keep my thing straight. Oregon is 13. Yeah, Kansas State's 14. Texas A&M is 15. Yeah, Utah loses. Oregon's going to be at the top of the Pac-12, pretty much, from my rankings. And then at number 7, I got Michigan. Number 8 is Oklahoma. Number 9, I got Tennessee. And number 10, I have LSU. Top 6 up next. This is going to be a lot of shocking. It's like, why is Oklahoma ranked so high? Well, watch the out in distance from last week. I explained exactly why. But, yeah, they're my top 10 rankings. And now I'm going to deep dive. I really haven't gone deep into my top 6 lately. I'm going to go deep into why I made my pickings. So, here are my top 6 rankings. All right? Who do I think going to make the playoff this year? All right? Number 1, Ohio State. I really think this is going to be Ryan Day's season. They come so close, so far, but they always fall apart at the end of the year. I think he gets that fixed. Not only do they have a new quarterback coming in, they got different looks. They're going to surprise the Big Ten this year. I really think they're going to be at the top. Number 2, I have Florida State. They are going to surprise the ACC this year. No doubt about that. They're going to knock off Clemson, Miami, Wake Forest. They're going to pull off some big upsets. They're going to be the team to watch. I think that they might actually beat Ohio State in the national championship. Number 3, I got Alabama. Nick Saban, of course, is looking for revenge. Number 4 is Georgia. I don't think they're going to do a three-peat this year. It's really hard to do that, so that's really the main reason I have 4. Penn State, Big Ten. I actually think if you're going to have 2 teams from the same conference in the playoff, it's going to be the SEC. That's the only reason why I have Penn State out in Clemson. I already had 2 SEC teams in there, so that's why I had Clemson out. Anyway, let's go over some notable games this week. Thursday, we got Elton versus Wake Forest, and then Kent State at UCF. Really not big game. Kent State could possibly pull off an upset there, but the reason why I put Wake Forest up there is because both these two games could have an impact by a hurricane coming in to Florida, and also the Carolinas and Georgia over later this week. And you could actually watch the Slay Report podcast last night to know the track All right, talk more about that hurricane coming in. And then Friday is Miami versus Miami. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a close game for the first half, maybe the first quarter, and then Miami will totally blow them out of the water. Louisville versus Georgia Tech. That's going to be a good one. Keep an eye on that one. That could potentially be a big ACC game to look out for, because the winner of that game could potentially make a run at the bowl game. Yeah, could come down. The winner might come down to their last game to potentially make a bowl game. The loser probably won't make a bowl game. Maybe, possibly, but I'm really siding with, if you win, you'll likely have a good chance for a bowl game. All right, let's check out what's going around the network here on Busy Sports. I updated it for this week, so schedule change. Slayer Report podcast will still be every Monday at 6, Down and Distance every Tuesday at 6. Yep, this show, Hardwood Hooves, will still be every Wednesday at 6, but Hot Seat, it's not going to be on Wednesday night anymore. On Monday night. I'm going to do it on a Sunday night now. It's going to be the first Sunday of every month at 6. And then, of course, our flagship show, our big times weekend Saturday show, every Saturday at 10 a.m. And if you haven't already, check out our website for the latest news, scores, stats, etc. Alright, that's what's going around the network here on Busy Sports. A lot of good things coming towards you. Alright. Now let's check out some big games coming into week 1. Thursday, Nebraska versus Minnesota, Big Ten matchup. 7 o'clock on Fox. Who am I going to pick to win this game? Yeah, the option, weekday games. But, let's take a look at, the big game, or let's take a look at the weekday game, the Nebraska, Minnesota. Who am I going to pick to win this game? This is going to be tough. Both these two teams, especially Nebraska, they got a new head coach down there. And Minnesota has been back and forth, but I think Minnesota is going to get the win in this game. I do think it's going to come down to the last play. It's going to be an entertaining game. But this one is going to be the game everyone's going to watch, including me. How is Florida not ranked? I still don't know why. I still don't. Even if they lose this game, if it's close, I still will have them ranked. If they win, well, everyone, listen to me. They should be ranked. They win this game on the road against Utah, who is home, and they're defending Pac-12 champs. Come on, they're number 14. They should really be like top 5 right now. They won the Pac-12 last year. Pretty similar roster too, but yeah, they're at home. Similar roster in Utah at home. They're gonna win, but it's gonna come down to last play. It's gonna be quite an entertaining game. Saturday at ABC at 11 o'clock. Keep an eye on Virginia. They're on the road. They could pull off an upset. You never know what Virginia could do. First game, Tennessee, they got, I wouldn't say a new roster, but they're still young, but they're improving from last year. Tennessee probably won't have their season they had last year, but definitely Tennessee top 15 worthy. So Tennessee at home could get the win, but don't sleep on Virginia. Also, don't sleep on North Carolina. Heading into Carolina, yep, big rivalry. 6:30 ABC, ESPN game day going down to this game. It's gonna be a big one. I think I got North Carolina potentially winning this game. Again, I'll have my picks on American Game Day Saturday, a little preview, but don't sleep on South Carolina. They're a young team right now, and they're still improving. All right, our game of the week. All right, it's going down to Fort Worth. I've been talking about it for probably the last month. Colorado, TCU. Yep. Fox Big Noon, Saturday, whatever they call it now. Blah, blah, blah. Really stupid. Why at noon? Why in Texas at noon? In the summer? I don't know, but TCU's going to totally annihilate them unless Coach Prime can totally, like everyone says, can change the team in just an off season. But yeah, it's going to take Coach Prime in Colorado probably a year to get things turned around. So Colorado might barely make a bowl game, probably not, but Definitely going to be hard to turn a one-win team from last year into a winning team. But thanks for watching Down a Distance. I'll see you next Tuesday at 6.